strip cropping is something that a grower came to us 3 years ago and said, I'd sure like to get some more information on this, would you test it? And strip cropping is alternating blocks of corn and soybeans in the same field. And we started testing 3 years ago 40-foot blocks, so 16 rows of corn, 16 rows of beans. And the whole idea of that is plant soybeans as a short crop, so corn, like what's behind me, can get more sunlight. It's sunlight, it's harvesting of sunlight, creating a bigger factory. And we found some of the largest yield gains on this farm this past year from strip cropping. We're seeing 60 bushel yield gains on the outside of a planter where it's getting more sunlight, and that's equating to some pretty large dollars per acre. But we get the concept, we know why that's working. Now it's just a matter of how do we implement it on the farm. Equipment, now you're looking at smaller size equipment to do this. How do you set up a herbicide program? And we're practicing right now. If a grower wants to implement it on his farm, he's coming here, he's looking how we're doing it. How do we plant it? How do we manage it nutritionally? How we harvest it? And we're practicing that here on this farm. And of all the things we did on this farm last year in 2021, strip cropping came in at number 2 on our return on investment at a net profit of an extra $166 an acre. So it's working. You just have to figure out how could you implement it on your farm, what's going to take, and how much patience do you have to get it to work. As we traveled around talking about some of the data that we've garnered here, it's been fun talking with growers that have been doing it for a few years, and then those seasoned veterans, I'll call them, that have been doing it for a long time. And it's been great getting pointers and tips from them about what they've done to be successful. And quite honestly, I was doing some things totally wrong. I was making our blocks way too wide. I did it out of comfort level and what equipment I already had. I took the easy way out of it. But as we kind of got uncomfortable, if you will, and thought outside of the box and tried to make our blocks narrower to get more sunlight, more acres of that extra sunlight, yield's gone up and profit per acre has gone up too. Well, you know what? I think there's a lot of topics that we talk about. I mean, we got over 125 trials at this farm, and so when we invite 100 growers a day in every day at this farm, the conversation, it tends to be more popular towards row width on corn. This year, that seems to be a popular topic. Last year on this farm, moving to narrow rows to say 20-inch rows over the industry standard of 30-inch rows, about $100 an acre difference. So we're seeing that type of technology package offering some rewards to growers. But the popular thing about it is guys asking, how do I manage it? If I switch from a wide row 30-inch situation to 20s or 15s, how am I going to manage this, in particular with maybe nitrogen and side dressing? So we have a conversation all day long of how would you do it? What are you set up to do on your farm? Is it anhydrous ammonia in the fall or the spring? Can you put liquid on the planter? Do you think you can side dress it? If you can't, where do we fill that gap? And so that's been a big conversation piece on the farm this year.